Good evening, fellow vapors. This is Cass, and today I'm back at you with another vape review. Today we're going to be taking a look at this little bad boy. This is the Vaptio Tyro Kit. Vaptio have been on the scene a little while, but it's only in recent sort of months or the last year or so that they've been releasing some interesting products. What we're going to do is we're going to have a little vape on it. We're going to have a talk about it. We'll go down onto the table and we'll have a real close look at what you get in the box and how to use it. And then we'll come back up and we will talk about the pros and the cons of it. So this is a 0.7 ohm coil, mouth to lung, sort of restricted lung hit device. It's got some interesting airflow. It is top fill. It's a wonderful little device. USB charged. It's got a 1500 mAh built-in battery, so it's a sizable battery life, on par with things like the Aspire POC, for example. So let's have a vape of it, and then we will go up and close and have a look at the Vaptio Tyro Kit. All right, so this is the Tyro Kit from Vaptio, or Vaptio. So let's have a vape and see what it's like. In the moment, I have got 20 milligram NS20 Element Frost in there, so that is super cold, but a lovely vape nonetheless. Let's go down on the table, have a look at the device, pull it apart, see how to change your coils and all that sort of thing, and then we will come back up and talk a little bit more about it. So I will see you down on the table in just a second. Okay, so here we are up and close with the Tyro Kit from Vaptio. Let's get it out of the box. Okay, so here it is out of the box. As you can see, we've got the device itself. We have a USB cable, a couple of spare coils here, which is kind of cool because there's one in there, so you're getting quite a few coils. You get some spare O-rings, and you get a spare glass as well, should you break it. This is the rainbow coloured one, and that's the device there. This is the device itself. It's a 122 millimeters tall. It is 19 millimeters in diameter. It has a built-in 1500 mAh battery, and it's top filling. You get two coils with it, a 1.6 ohm coil and a 0.7 ohm coil. And its maximum output wattage is actually 25 watts, so it's quite high for a pen device. And the resistance range of this is 0.5 ohms to 2 ohms. So what we'll do, it says be careful about the Pyrex when you get it out. Make sure the coil had been installed before using. Just all written on there. Well, you'd have to be pretty silly. There we go. So take the warning off. You got this nice clear thing. Let's put a coil in it. So we're just gonna pull that off like so. And it feels like it's machined quite nicely. Okay, so here's one of the coils from the box itself. And what we're gonna do is pop it in. So this should just screw straight in. All the way down. Nice and snug. Now these are actually the same shape and size as a Nautilus coil. So if you can't get your hands on the Vaptio own brand ones, you can try Nautilus coils. There we go. Tyro written down the bottom there. Okay, and what we'll do is we'll screw this down onto the seal. It seems fairly simple to change the coil on this. There we go, nice and snug. So that's their coils in. Now what we've got up here is you've got this V just up the top here. I'll hold that up there. You've got the V just up the top, and if you spin it, holding the glass, not the mod, you'll see why in a minute, you'll come to the filling hole, and you fill it through there. It's pretty much that easy. Just fill it through there, and then do it back up. We'll spin it all the way back around until it says V. There we go. Now the reason I say hold the tank and not the mod is because you look at the airflow here. You've got this airflow, and when you spin the tank, it adjusts your airflow, and they've done it quite interestingly. You've got this massive open hole, and then if you want it tighter, and then they've got these two holes here, so you can go for a really tight draw. That's it there. Turn it on is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that turns on in many different colours. Pretty straightforward. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Turn it off again. That's easy enough. Charging is just in the back there. So as far as devices go, this is fairly simple. In the hand, it's not too big. Just fits nicely. It's got a Delrin drip tip on the top there that pulls out. This is 510, so you can replace it with whatever you like. There you go, push that back in. And it's pretty, I mean, I got this one in rainbow. I quite like the rainbow colour. I don't normally like rainbow and things, but this is quite a nice pen device, and this is going to be nice discreet use. I do like that tank adjustment though. It feels nice and smooth. And that is pretty much it for the Vaptio Tyro Kit. Fairly straightforward, top filling, tank adjustment airflow, USB charging. That's it there. Very nice. Okay, let's go back up top and we'll have a talk about the pros and the cons of it, and we shall talk a little further. I will see you guys up there. Alright, so we are back. Now that you have seen it up and close, what do you think? I think it's a well-made little kit. I think it's very, very simple to use. I think it looks nice, and I think, well, apart from the sort of the garish rainbow colour, which in this case I don't normally like it, but in this case I don't mind it so much. I think it is a contender for a decent kit. Now, the biggest selling point for this for me is not only that the coils are good in it, 0.7 or 1.6, but they are the exact size, shape and resistance of the Nautilus coils. Now, Nautilus coils come in 0.4, 0.7, 1.6, 1.2 I think, and 1.8. And the fact that they fit them, I know they're cheap coils, I know that you can get them anywhere. So if you can't find the Tyro coils, at least you can find Nautilus coils. And I mean the 0.4 won't fire in this because it is a resistance range of 0.5 to 2 ohms, but I think the 0.7 ohm coil in this is going to be the perfect one, really. Or if you want that tighter draw, 1.8 ohms, it is going to adjust itself because obviously it is a regulated device. It's just going to provide 3.7 volts to the coil, and that's going to give you the vape that you want. The airflow, fully adjustable, and I love how this adjusts. You just move the tank. As you can see. So let's have it slightly tighter for a more tight mouth to lung vape. I mean, that's still a little airy, but that is definitely more mouth to lung than fully open. Let's fully open that up, and I haven't had a dry hit. I mean, you can really chuff away on this, and it seems to be wicking nicely through this. Obviously, this is using the Tyro coils that come with it. The Nautilus coils are likely to be a different experience because they are different coils, even though they fit. It is a nice size. It is your standard starter kit pen vape size. It's 19mm in diameter, so pretty much exactly the same as an Aspire POC X, and I like this sort of lipped up thing. Now, filling it is very, very easy. However, it is worth noting that it's worth tipping it just slightly on its side when you twist it and fill it, because you want the air to come out of there, but you also don't want it to spill all down the sides and get messy. And it is, when you do it, you just hold the tank, not the battery, otherwise the tank will spin. Although if it's the airflow's all the way open, you can spin it, and then you just fill it up, close it back up again. Do make sure you close it back up again, though. That could end up being quite messy. I haven't had any leaking issues with this whatsoever at all, and because it's got that sort of bottom airflow issue, I think, because unless you're using really, really, really thin juice, I don't think you're going to get any leaking issues with it. It seems nicely well made. The seals are good. The smoothness of turning it, there's no grindiness to it. It just works well. Obviously, 5 clicks on and off. The button is flush, so you're not going to necessarily get any of that pocket pressing. However, I always suggest that if you're going to put it in your pocket or your bag, that you turn the device off. And as far as charging, the website says it takes about 2.5 hours to charge. Now, we always suggest, never charge it on anything higher than 1 amp. Now, some devices out there can be fast charged, and they'll advertise that as such, but generally anything more than 1 amp, and what you're going to do is you're going to reduce the overall life of the battery. It'll be fine for the first couple of months, and then you'll find that your battery life will actually reduce. But this is a really strong entrance from Vaptio as far as starter kits go. It's nice and light, it's not too heavy, it vapes well, the flavor's good, the vape's good, so if you wanted a bit more, you can obviously give it a bit more of a puff, and the flavour, like I said, is wonderful. It's exact replication of the juice that I'm vaping. It's not muted, it's nice and smooth, and it is a really smooth vape. It's not too airy, which is all, you don't like those super turbulent vapes where you don't feel like you're getting any resistance back off the vape. And if, with a 1500 mAh battery, you're going to find that 1500 mAh is enough for a day's use, and then you get home from work or you get home from wherever you are and you pop it on charge. A couple hours later, you're fully charged and off you go. I'm really, really enjoying this vape. This is, I've been using it a couple of days now. The flavour's just wonderful. I know I keep banging on about the flavour, but the flavour's wonderful, the vape's wonderful, and I haven't found any issues with it having a short battery life. So, if we had to talk about any cons, the drip tip at the top keeps sort of wiggling its way out. I don't know whether that's like like a margin of error there. What's the word? A tolerance issue. But obviously it is a standard 510, so you can replace that, and I'm sure you can get some that will fit tighter. It's just basic Delrin. There's nothing fancy going on with this drip tip, but I have found that as I've been using it, it kind of wiggles its way out of there quite easily. I have found that the airflow on it, even though you can have a really nice tight draw, I found you really have to be all or nothing to find the difference. Any small adjustments to it seem to make absolutely zero difference to the vape, and I like to be able to make small adjustments to change the vape rather than it be all or nothing. And I think if you've got that in there, I think something else has gone wrong somewhere. But you know, if you like your tight, put it to almost nothing. If you like fully open, just turn it fully open. There's no point having it halfway, and in the grand scheme of things, you can mouth along it on fully open anyway. But it is quite loose, so you're not going to be getting a tight mouth to lung out of this device. Some would see that as a negative because they like those really tight draws on them. This probably then isn't the device for you. Price point, it is not expensive. I think you can pick these up anywhere from about 20 to 25 pounds, which is your sort of standard starter kit price. Really not a bad little purchase. You get a spare glass with it, which is a huge bonus because lots of kits you don't even get, you don't get a spare glass. You do get two types of coil though. You get their 1.6 and their 0.7. It gives you a little bit of an option to decide which one you prefer the most. And the coils on these, you're looking at sort of 10 days to 2 weeks, obviously dependent on the juice you use. If you try and use the thicker e-liquids, you're going to find that your coil life will vastly reduce compared to that of the thinner liquids. And obviously sweeter flavors are going to kill your coils once again that much faster. Beautiful little thing. And I think if you're starting off vaping, I think this is definitely worth checking this kit out, simply because it is cheap. It is a good device, so it's going to give you a good replication of what it's like to vape both mouth to lung and direct lung. And as long as you've got your flavor and your nicotine strength right, this is definitely something that can help you give up smoking. Obviously, do go and find your local shop and get some advice from those there. They're going to be the ones that are able to help you out in a more personalized setting. But they're great little devices. So let's have another quick vape, and I think we'll wrap this video up. Ooh. Right, so that has been the Tyro kit from Vaptio. Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button, drop a comment below, let me know what you guys think of the device. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and hit the notification bell, and that's going to let you know when I'm uploading. I've got loads of interesting videos coming up very, very soon for you guys. So, thank you again for watching. My name is THISisCAS, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.